Today we're going to install a 30-metre zip line. So follow the journey and let's see how this one goes. But before we start, safety first of course, and let's have a quick look of the instructions that this one comes with. Okay, so you'll see here that you need 2 good trees if you can. You've got like a sling cable that'll go around one tree. You've got a turnbuckle that will add tension to your cable. You've got the steel trolley or the handles that you hold on to. The spring brake, or it's meant to be some sort of stopper at the other end. You've got your U-clamps, and then the other point, that's where the 30-metre cable will come around the other part of the tree. Yeah, I've got a couple of diagrams here if you want to look at it. That's what you're meant to look like swinging through the air. You've also got over here a seat with this one. So we do have a seat, and that's your handle or trolley they call it. I'll turn over the page quickly. Gives you a couple more diagrams on what it may look like once you get it up. Some key safety features here, but whatever you buy, when you buy it, it will have some of these instructions in it. So obviously always read the safety booklet first, of course. This is going to be our first anchor point, and when you do start, try to select 2 good trees or 2 really good structures. Don't do what I've done. I've got a sappy, weak tree. It's not even 30 mils across, I don't believe. However, I have tried to support it with a line, another brace down the bottom, to give it a little bit more sturdier. I've pre-installed this, so I've already got it started. If you go back up to the turnbuckle here, I've already started installing this. We've had this up and down a few times. Those pieces of wood there are just for that cable, just to lean on while I get everything sorted. So that's one end. Let's go down and have a little look at the other end. So this is your cable, your 30 metre cable. This is the other anchor point that I've got down here. And I've already threaded through, just to save a little bit of time. I've threaded through the stopper, and as you see, I've threaded through the trolley and the seat, the rope and seat. So they're already in, because you don't want to install this and then forget that you've done this. So I've jumped on it before I forgot, which I have done before. I'm not sure how people do this without a winch. So if you're lucky enough to have one, or you know someone that's got a 4-wheel drive and they have a winch, get them around for an hour or so, and there's probably a good chance they don't get it out as much as they like, so they'll be probably looking for an opportunity to use their winch anyway. So what I'm going to do initially, I'm going to hook this, run it through. First of all, I'm going to run it through this here, because I'm going to add this pulley just to make it a little bit more tension, so we can actually pull this through a bit more. I'm going to run this through, put a hook on it, use my U-bolts and put the winch onto that, and then pull the tension like that first. I'll explain as we go, but that's how I'm going to do it this time. You'll see here I've just got a chain D-lock to make it a little bit stronger. Last time I just wrapped the cable around the tree. Now I'm going to actually use this pulley to see if it can go through a little bit smoother. So bear with me, I'm about to actually tie this up, and then I'm going to attach it to the winch to get that tension. So what I'm doing now is I'm just attaching these U-bolts nice and tight, so that I'll be able to attach it to the winch and pull some tension on this cable, because it's important that you get a lot of tension on your cable, otherwise there's just too much sag in it. And yeah, like I say, I really do recommend, if you've got someone that can, or you can borrow their winch, it'll make life a lot easier when you actually install these. And I said up the top there, you need 2 good strong anchor points. Don't use a palm tree like I'm using, because they're just too flimsy. They bounce around way too much, and you don't get the full effect of the actual zip line. But this is sort of all I've got here at the moment. So it'll do the job, but just. So let's go and attach this to the winch and get some tension on this line. pull the winch out of gear. And so, like I said, I've fed it now through the pulley. We're going to get a little bit more tension on this once that winch takes hold, and then we'll get a U-clamp in there and just secure it. Alright, so now I'm just going to get this winch working. So this winch here particularly got to turn the battery on. You should have the car running. So I'm just actually taking some tension there, and you'll see the zip line come up. There's not heaps of tension on this at the moment, but I am going to chuck this damper over. I'm more worried about the old cable breaking than I am the winch cable, but I'm just going to throw this old damper over just in case it lets go. I don't think it will, but you'll see here, this is what I've attached here. You can tell when we've got some tension, the car wants to go, and you'll see that palm tree heading this way. You see it shake? Beautiful. That's our indicator on tension. I'm going to go and check. I've set some markers up last time for where I had it, and I knew I needed to actually put a little bit more tension on the cable. So I just painted a little white mark. So if I can get those white marks to not line up, then I know I've got a little bit more tension than previous. So I think we've got enough tension on this now. So what we're going to do is come this way. I'm going to put one of these U-bolts. I'll be able to grab this a little bit closer up here together and bolt this together now. Get a nice good strong hold on it. Here we go. All right, so what we're going to do now, I've actually put the U-bolt on this one up here. Really, really strong. It'd be nice to have a second one where you put it up another one. However, that should be okay, because now I'm going to take the tension off the winch and then pull these two off and put them up there. Hopefully it didn't move. I did put a spray painted a little marker on there just to see if it did move. That's the marker I sprayed, a little white marker. You may not be able to see it, but it looks pretty good, hasn't moved yet. That was the marker I had previously, so we've got a little bit more tension on this as well, so that's pretty cool. The other thing I might have forgot to add is that when you run your cable, you've got to have at least about an 8% drop, obviously, so you can go downhill. Anything obviously steeper than that or more than that, you'll go faster. So yeah, depending on what you're trying to do. So I'm just going to undo these U-bolts and put them up there. Okay, we're just about done. So I've now reattached the 3 of the U-bolts really tight, double checked. One thing I did want to point out over here as well is that when you buy your D-shackles and bobs and bits around here, get them rated. And you'll see on the rated, you can't probably see there, but there are markers on them that you'll see, you'll see up there might be some markers and prints, and they'll tell you how many kilos of strain they take. I think that one was about 750, so thereabouts. There's plenty of strength in that to be able to hold us. The kids are only about 50 kilos anyway. We're not too much heavier than that, are we? So yeah, now we'll see if it works. So we bought this product about 2 or 3 years ago from Lifespan Kids. So we put it up, take it down, we've done it a few times. So now it's all up, ready to go. Before I sacrifice the children, I will try it out myself. So what I did do is take a little bit of weight initially, see if it actually does take me weight, and it seems to do that. So now what I'm going to do is take it up the ladder, jump on it and test it before we sacrifice the young ones. I do weigh a little bit heavier than the kids, but we probably should sacrifice the children before ourselves, but here we go. Ready, set. You'll see with my weight on it, the two flimsy trees that I've attached it to just aren't good enough. Burrows in, bends out. That's why I've had to get so much tension on this cable. So you may not need to get as much cable tension if you've got some good stable supports.